Hi, this is Don Kedal with a special report from Jerusalem about the latest happenings taking place around the world and in Jerusalem. So today we're going to take a look into the United Nations vote that 128 nations have come together and have condemned Israel and are trying to take away the Jewish identity and connection to Jerusalem in specific. So the nations that came against Israel are Venezuela, Turkey, Syria, Yemen, North Korea, China, Myanmar. All of these nations have problems in their own countries. They have civil wars, they have starvation, they have genocide, they have, you name it, every awful and evil that this world can imagine is what is taking place in their very own countries. Yet they have come together to condemn Israel and the United States. What are they condemning the United States about? Well, they're condemning President Donald Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of the Jewish people, which, by the way, has been since 1948. His declaration has done nothing to change the reality on the ground. It has done nothing to prohibit any of the negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. Why? Because realistically speaking, on the ground, we have, not too far away from me right here, is Israel's Knesset. That's where our parliament gets together, our leaders, to discuss and rule the country of Israel from here in Jerusalem. Now, what has President Donald Trump's recognition done? It has exposed the anti-Semitism of the world, plain and simple. You have two forms of it. You have anti-Semitic West, if you will, European countries, etc., even people in the United States who are very vehemently anti-Israel, anti-Jewish. They will tell you that they're anti-Zionist. Well, the Zionist movement is a Jewish movement. They don't want to recognize that. They don't want to accept that. Fine. So really what he's done is he's exposed the anti-Semitism, like I said, of the West, and the anti-Semitism which is deeply rooted within Islamic nations, Arab Islamic nations. The biggest insult that I could give another fellow Arab, if I were living in an Arab nation that's surrounding Israel, by the way, the ultimate insult would be, "You dirty Jew." That's right. That is what is in the minds of the Arab world that's surrounding us. So why are they in uproar? Simple. Because they don't want to recognize and have denied reality for over 70 years, where Israel has been returned to our land, and the League of Nations in 1920, which was finalized in 1922, agreed in San Remo that the state of Israel, the Jewish people, can come back and reestablish their homeland. And there were conditions, which, by the way, the Jewish people have met every one of those conditions and have exceeded them. So why is the world still not wanting to recognize the Jewish presence, specifically in Jerusalem? Well, simple. Because the proof of our existence in this land is the most clear in Jerusalem. So the truth of the matter is, the world is anti-Semitic. They hate the Jewish people. They hate us. Bottom line is, this is the main reason behind 86% of the condemnations against Israel in the United Nations versus only 14% against other nations of the world. I'm sorry, but that is a gross, overproportionate condemnation and demonization of one nation in the world. That's the truth behind the world's hypocrisy against Israel, against the United States, and against anybody who cares about freedom and justice. And that is the truth behind such decisions that are being made against Israel and the United States. Thank you for listening. I'm Don Kedal from Jerusalem. God bless you.